Laura, 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 it takes you forever to get ready and 5 minutes to steal a girl's man. These two episodes this week, first of all, I don't know if anyone else is getting just exhausted by all this content. I mean, the season is fantastic for Below Deck Down Under, but these two back-to-back episodes every week, it's a lot to process. And remember when we thought Gary was ping-ponging back and forth between Mads and Daisy too much towards the end of last season of Sailing Yacht? Well, Luke said, "Hold my beer," and Luke was absolutely ping-ponging between Margot and Laura 4 times on this night out on this episode. I mean, I can't even process it. It took these girls way too long to figure out Luke and his games. He was very clear about who he was, and my favorite thing is that he hooked up with this girl and then called her a stage 5 clinger. Like, y'all live on a boat together, so like everyone's clinging on each other. It's not really like a relationship thing. Now, granted, Laura is crazy, certified nutso. But I do think that we're starting to see this Love Pentagon take shape, and there are clear winners and losers in this game. I think, so far, win or lose, Harry has played the innocent, sweet. He's taken the high road. He's been sweet to her and patient, and I feel like we're gonna end up seeing that nice guys finish last. We do see towards the end of this week's episode that it is clearly going to be our friend Luke who gets kicked off. Although I'm not really sure what happens, but I do know obviously he closes a door and production isn't happy with him. So whatever he does is inappropriate and gets him kicked off the boat. I think time will tell what he says or does that warrants that. But I also think he's not doing that great of a job. And he's already starting to really rely on Culver to get the job done, to communicate for him, to cover his bases. Let's talk a little bit about Adam because we really haven't talked much about him so far this season. But Adam is definitely acting out of total insecurity. I think anything that he's said or done when it comes to throwing the rules in people's faces and stuff like that is just out of complete insecurity. I don't think he's doing his job particularly well quite yet, but I also think he's probably great at doing his job. I think he's just a little bit distracted. Everyone knows that feeling of, taking a job that feels a little beneath you and what that could mean. And I think he is just upset that he's, having to do some grunt work for the first time in a while. And so hopefully we see an attitude adjustment on Adam's part. I do think it's strange that he does this work when he gets so seasick. I remember when this happened to Casey in Below Deck Med. They took her to the doctor and got her some motion sickness medicine and she was good to go. So I'm kind of wondering why they don't do something similar with him or how he's gotten this far in the industry without investing in some motion sickness medicine. So we'll see. I do think there are some cleanup things that could just get better. I think Culver is really there just saving the day on Below Deck Down Under. I think he brings the fun and the entertainment. I think Luke is entertaining, but I also think he's problematic. And with these girls on the crew, I mean, my favorite one was Margot walking in on him kind of giving Laura the boot. Let's pause and talk about Laura for a second. Girl's crazy. And I don't say that lightly. I think she's actually just a little unhinged. She's definitely competitive in just this weird, snarky, snooty way. She clearly, obviously, she's outright about thinking that she's better than Aisha, and we see that she's actually going to start making recommendations that she should replace Aisha on service and nights and stuff like that. So that should go interestingly enough. But it's just so funny because she is just throwing herself at these guys, and it's kind of entertaining to watch her throw herself at Adam, and he's just not picking up what she's putting down. But at the same time, Luke, it just was one of those kind of sad, raunchy interactions between the two of them where you just know that she was going after Luke because she has some competitive thing with Margot. I don't think she really cared or was that interested in Luke. I think she just wanted to win and get the guy. And her asking for additional time to get ready, to take time off of work, to take additional breaks or get off work early so that she can take 2 to 3 hours to get ready. Girl, you work on yachts. Like, there's girls wearing like tracksuits going out. Like, this is not the crew where you're just getting all dolled up. And I'm gonna go right out there and say it and, you know, send the hate to the comments, I guess. But if you're getting ready and it's taking you 3 hours, you better come out of that bathroom looking like a goddess. And she's wearing like, I don't know, 1980s dresses. I don't know what's going on with Laura. But she's got a screw loose. And she's definitely instigating a lot of drama. I think Luke is too. So I think the sooner we get him out and Joe Alfranco in is better, just so we can start getting some better leadership on board. I think Aisha's doing her best, and we don't see a lot of Jason on this charter, but honestly, I feel like that's just probably because of the weather. It did rain for like 2 straight episodes and 2 straight charters, so I think he's kind of got his work cut out for him, and we obviously have storms ahead, so we'll see how that goes. But that's my recap of the past 2 episodes of Below Deck Down Under. I think this season is going to prove to be really entertaining, but these love triangles, love pentagons, what have you, are a little hard to follow and a little out of control. I think anything other than the way Harry and Margot are crushing on each other is just like weird sexual tension, and they actually have a sweet little crush and sweet little interactions with each other, so I don't mind seeing that, but it's kind of hard to keep track of all the other stuff, especially with Laura's escapades. So we'll see what happens with Laura and Luke. We love some messy, problematic yachties, but there might be too many on this yacht. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Bye.